We are live. I'm gonna wait for YouTube to send out some alerts. I know I said I was gonna go live in the morning, but I was laying in bed watching my fellow YouTubers bring their morning tea. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna wait. But we are live now. So, hey, Couture Bays. Hey, Couture Bays. It's your girl, Britt Bride, going live with the Breed Talk. And, baby, we have to talk. It's already hot down here, so you already know what it is. It's hot as hell outside. But we got to talk. I might turn this light on. Let me turn it on. Just in case. And there we are. Turn it on. So, hey, Couture Bays. It's your girl, Britt Bride, going live with the Breed Talk. And, Bays, we have to talk. So, remember, I told y'all on Friday we was going to do a follow-up. Good afternoon, good morning. So, for those that do not know who I am, hey, Couture Bays. It's your girl, Britt Bride, going live with the Breed Talk. And we're here to talk about Cora Jakes-Coleman. Now, I've been looking at everything y'all sent me. I've been doing some research of myself. And she is who is going to bring down that entire family because she was so thirsty to have a baby. She went to extreme extents and measures. And mind you, I don't feel she's a good mother either. So as y'all are coming in, let's like this video. Like it now, don't like it later. Remember, opinions are not facts, and everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or your vegan water. I got my vegan water, and let's get into the math. So, for those that do not know, Cora Jakes-Coleman is Bishop T.D. Jakes' oldest daughter. Now, she is the Rocky foundation that's going to crumble that entire empire. Mark my words. Today is May 30th. May 30th, I told y'all that. So let me make sure. Yeah, it is. May 30th. Remember, Bree told you. So she's out here going through illegal ways to obtain children. Hey, Elizabeth Ann. Hey, y'all. She has been, instead of ministering to these men and women about their children, she's been doing what I feel is trafficking, black market tactics, because she cannot have kids. Now, I know she's publicly said she's not infertile, but she has said, see, you got to be careful what you put on the internet, right? The reason why I thought she said she had the children, her son, I thought was birthed through her, was due to her book Ferocious Warrior or something like that, where she was a little bit heavy set. Now she's starting to lose the weight. She probably has the gastric sleeve or something. She dropped like 70 pounds, which she looks good, but she still looks crazy. I went to her Instagram. None of them pictures, them kids look happy. None of them. Something going on in that house. I believe Brandon was definitely a Pedialyte to both the children. I believe she took them children in, probably not knowing he was doing that, but she probably didn't care because she wants this image. Now, I'm not absolving her, and I'm not saying she's totally to blame for Brandon's actions, but Brandon gives down low vibes to me, just based off the pictures I've seen of him. Granted, he was touching on that little girl, but I don't know. I'm still doing a little digging. But what I have found is this. Cora Jakes-Coleman has PCOS. When she found out she was 22, she went through a series of IVF treatments, which was she could not carry. So she, in my opinion, cannot birth a child. She can't even produce eggs. Are y'all listening to me? She can't even produce eggs because she spoke about infertility in a blog back in 2012. Mind you, this lady is younger than me. Younger than me, and she looks like she's a granny. So, they're about to spill all the tea. Everything is about to come to light. Sarah, they're coming for you, girl. Especially behind that football player. They're coming for you, girl. They're coming for all of them. You know, from what I've seen, TD Jakes runs a tight ship. He does not allow outsiders in. But the problem is, sis with the yappa, 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 yapping, and forgot there's this digital footprint. She left a digital footprint. There's blogs up talking about how she found out she had PCOS at 22. She found out she was infertile by 24. But the woman who's crying for her son, she said it that Cora was infertile, and then all of a sudden she's like, she's not infertile. I'm like, so if you're not infertile, how come you never had a baby of your own on your own with treatment, stuff like that? I think there's a couple things that deal with PCOS. Black women, listen to me. It's about your diet. It's about exercise, and it's also about knowing your body. I don't believe for a second 22 is when she found she had PCOS. I believe it was sooner than that. I do. Here's why. She went missing. She ran away to like Nashville or Memphis to be with some man. And then her parents found out, and when they found her, they sent her to an institution out in California. You know how they do. And that was a mental institution. So I don't know if they sent her there because she was probably pregnant before, doing things that's ungodly. They are the top Black Christian family. And they sent her away because maybe she was pregnant, or they were, shopping the baby. But all of a sudden, years later, she marries this man of her dreams, which I didn't understand because to me, they had nothing in common. I saw the the pandemic videos. I just thought it was strange. Those kids never smile. Do y'all understand? Those kids never smile, which means they know they're probably being treated poorly, or they're used as a pawn to Cora's game. It's giving King Solomon's story, except she's the woman who was willing to cut the baby in half. It's a lot of sick stuff going on. And the reason I feel she is the breaking point for that foundation, because her daddy is actively involved, paying off judges, allegedly, paying people's attorney's fees, having her speak to the women who gave up their children and the men, speak and provide counseling, and then using it against them in a court of law. But as y'all can see, she's not a good fit for a mother, because her own husband is in there doing God knows what when he wants. When this woman was out here preaching the word of God to the masses, and created a foundation for the porterhouse, which is probably a succubus of sin as well. It's probably a trafficking source of children, because she's talking about displacement and all that. I just don't believe that. I believe if she can allow one sin to go by, she's allowing a lot in the name of money. Hey, question everything. He gives download vibes, and she should have wondered why he wanted her. No shade. Monteria. Listen, I'm going to call you M. I feel the same way, because looking at Cora, she does not look like a 34-year-old woman. She looks to be in her late 40s. She looks older. And I hate to say that, and it's not because she's a plus-size woman. She just looks older. She doesn't pose well. She looks crazy in those pictures. I don't know who's running her social media. They need to stop. It's given, I don't like myself. Hence why I got this little Hispanic girl, biracial girl, who looks unhappy. And I thought the son was hers. I really did. I don't know why I thought she was out here birthing babies. She can't do it. She started a or it's called Healthy Fertility or something like that, where it talks about women who wait to have babies and find out they can't have them. Yeah, I was doing research. Hey, Jada. She's an unattractive woman that just wanted to have a man and family like her attractive sister. She just got anything that would give her the time of day. That definitely could be true because the sister is married to Tori. Ain't Tori a popular Christian music artist? The sister went from the linebacker to Tori. Happy Memorial Day. Sarah, her first husband was a pro athlete. He was an NFL player. He played for the Redskins or whatever their new name is now, but the Redskins. And they were married for like 5 years, 6 years or something like that. Then they got a divorce. I remember that because I didn't know TD Jakes had a second daughter. He put so much into this first one, and I think she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I think she gave TD Jakes and the mama a run for their money. I really do. She's mentally unsound, and I'm not saying that because I feel it just out there. It's because she's been put in a mental institution. You know, TD Jakes and them come from that old school blood. Like, if you have a baby, they go send you off with the nuns, and then you go get you some counseling out there, and then you're allowed to come back. I believe when she was out there with that stint with that man in the Tennessee, when she was out here dipping low, pick it up slow, doing any and everything under the sun, she probably got pregnant, but something happened in the Chop Shop series, you know, because let's not act like going to the Chop Shop doesn't make women infertile too. And this is back in the early 2000s. The thumbnail is a woman in her 30s. Yeah, she's 34. She's 34. I couldn't believe it because I was like, why is this 40-something year? I thought she was in her 40s. I gave her a good early 40s. And then I read it. I said, she's younger than me? Jesus. I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees this woman is nuts. Mo Beautiful. I'm seeing through the game because I'm like, why would they send her to an institution? Y'all know I like Lifetime, the old school Lifetime. So back in the gap, when girls of prominent families would get pregnant, they would send them to California. Now, I don't know what they're doing out there in California, but how come they always get sent out there? You know what I'm saying? So they get sent out there with the nuns. Either a baby is born or they terminate in the pregnancy. They doing a little chop shop. I believe they did a little chop shop because they was like, look, ain't no future kid gonna be walking around here destroying the legacy, because y'all gotta mind you, One Without Loose was like that book in the late 90s. They made that movie in the early 2000s. So she was going to stunt the bag. And what way is to stunt the bag? Being a high profile Christian leader pregnant daughter or something like that. See, the truth is gonna come out and we're gonna find it. There's been some weird adoptions going on. There's been some money laundering stuff going on. I told you follow the money, you can follow anything. And then look who he's tied to. He's tied to all these adulterers, all these, and I'm talking about TD Jakes, all these adulterers, all these people who are not living a life of Christian values. I said he was better off sticking with the white boy who writes books and gets millions of dollars off of that and talks about prosperity church. He was better off just staying linked up with him. But he tried to bring in these other Black leaders, the Pastor John Grays and the Jamal Bryants, and we see they are cut from a different cloth. This ain't no ordinary worship. What? Y'all don't want me to start singing praises and hymns now. Can we get the lights up? I knew TD Jakes had Cora. I always thought it was their only kid was Sarah. As you can tell, until this scandal, I didn't keep up with them. See, this is my thing. This is why I know something had to happen, because Pecos is a I'm not saying it's a genetic thing, but if she had PCOS, wouldn't the mom or somebody have PCOS too? Because the Sarah had her babies just fine. You see, I feel like when people say things, we got to start listening to them and really like looking at everything. And I believe we just went unsuspecting because here you have this woman who was plus size, found the love of her life, and then they found out they couldn't have no babies. And then she wrote these books about it. And the reason I thought she had the baby because she spoke about overcoming miscarriages and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, oh my God, she finally birthed the baby. So when y'all are like, she didn't have no kids, look at the, I'm like, yeah, okay, the daughter, but the husband's light skin. I saw the son. I'm like, oh, that's her son. Oh, that's her son. She just brought this baby in with no problems. I think they're more spoiled than mentally unstable. I can see that. Spoiled. So you feel like she was willing to go to any extent to get the baby. Yikes. I definitely thought she was about 42. Even after research, I didn't realize she was in her 40s. Yeah, she's 34. Per Michelle, she had an at 19 and now she can't have children of her own. What I tell y'all, and I didn't even know that. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? So you don't think based off of this, this news, you don't think her parents ain't gonna pay the judge, the county? We're not talking about people who got like thousands and hundreds of thousands. We talking about millionaires. You don't think her mother and father is being tortured every day on how it's their fault she can't have no baby? Child, please. I don't watch enough Greenleaf, Kingdom Business, the First Lady, Preachers of LA to know these parents is willing to do everything. Remember that one girl, the daughter got pregnant and they were going to say it was the cousin. They took in the cousin. Y'all remember that? And that was in the 2000s. I said, Jesus. But didn't Sarah know? But didn't Sarah have a child as a teen? See, I don't know about that. I don't know. I didn't even look into that. Totally feel that's what happened. Chopped her and messed her up for her family name. And now that's why she's out here having to steal them because they don't give legal adoptions to mentally unsound people. Definitely true. Frying fish and listening. Ooh, you fried fish can. Ooh, I need a plate. I need a plate. I need a plate. Yes, Pooh. Yes, Sarah had a child at 14. Oh. Well, they covered that up because I thought that baby was with that football player, that linebacker. She writes beautiful books too. That's all I know. I know the sister got like 2 kids and she writes beautiful books. I believe Cora is barren. She has always talked about her fibroid problems. Tested and tried though. I think she's barren now. I don't think she's always been barren because word on the curb is she ran off with a man to Tennessee. I don't know if it was Nashville or Memphis, but y'all know down in the South, these men be liking them young. They cut from that old cloth. Okay? And then well, that's everywhere. But she was out there with the man. She ran away, right? And the family was looking for her. They was paying top dollar, and somebody found her. And when they found her, it was not in the best condition. So they sent her off to California. Now, it wasn't the Beverly Johnson Center. It was some mental institution. But when I looked the mental institution up, it was for women who were pregnant and stuff like that. So they probably did a They probably chopped her up. They probably gave her some counseling and told her she could have a baby in the future. Y'all know how these, come on now. Y'all know how they be doing. And then she came back home. She graduated. I think she was in college. And then boom, she met the love of her life, which was Brandon, which I believe Brandon preyed on her because she comes from a wealthy stock. Nah, sis, they are cut from the same cloth. He got to surround himself with people who will hide his stuff like he hide theirs. Ooh. Some of the comments are being held by YouTube. Apologies if she didn't get to your messages. I just accepted them. I'm sorry, y'all, if I don't see it. I'm on StreamYard. I don't have my laptop with me. Make sure you are disguising your words. Yes. Make sure we get the likes up or you're not entertained. This is Sunday's best news, okay? Like, this is top 10. And mark my words, because Cora is being looked at, the rest of the family is about to go crumbling down. She has to sacrifice herself. And if she's not willing to sacrifice herself, the whole family's empire is going to crumble inside out. Mark my words. Watch what I tell you. Watch. Let's get to the simple. Sarah was a teenage mother around 14, 15. Okay, can we get some likes? Cora talked about adoption when she married the guy because of her journey with fibroids. But you see, she went through illegal adoption practices. Y'all, I did not spend my weekend looking and researching. I'm telling y'all, she has PCOS. PCOS is, people still have babies with fibroids. Look at Portia Williams. She's one of many. Cynthia Bailey. Okay. This woman does not have no PCOS. I think that is a cover, because if she was able, even in fibroids, you can still freeze your eggs. Case in point, Evelyn Lozada. You can still freeze your eggs. There's plenty of people who've done it. She is not one of them. I believe she's been barren since that stint in California, and they use PCOS as a thing. The football player is the father, and he married her. Okay. See, I thought so. That's why I didn't really, Sarah had 5 or 6 kids. 5 or 6. I wonder why. Maybe it's the 2. I thought I saw 2 when I clicked on her neck, because Google, but I didn't really look too deep. Maybe she has the 2 with the football player and they're known, and her kids with Tori are known. Maybe it's like that. Also, if her husband had a record, she would have to have a hard time adopting legally, which is very true, Klaus, because it makes me wonder why they have the money. Okay, let's be clear. A surrogate is like, a cheap surrogate is $50,000. 50. This is a multi-million-dollar family. Okay, they do public speakings, tours, etc. She couldn't find somebody to carry her baby, her egg, his sperm. That doesn't raise questions to y'all, because wouldn't she want her baby here on this earth? That's why I say she's barren. Once we start to peel the onion back, because I'm like, when somebody asked me the question in the chat and I didn't respond, I said, you know what, that's definitely truthful. It makes you wonder. It makes you go, how come she could have had her sister carry a baby? It's clear her sister could carry a baby. So, I mean, I don't know. Just things go into my mind, which leads me to believe she can't produce at all. Like, nothing. Like, that's why she was so big. I would just give Michelle her son back. I would too. Like, I would too. I would. Correct, with her husband's. No, he's not the father. Oh, he's not? Oh. People could still have children after. Yes, but she can't. But she can't. She can't. She's written books. I have the book Ferocious Warrior, where she speaks about overcoming. But you think she's bold enough to put my family sent me to California to get go to the shop, and now I can't have no babies, baby? You think she bold enough to do that? They not. They cover up for less in the church community. Yes, people can, but maybe something happened where she cannot now, and also may add to her instability. Yeah, because look at the pictures. Y'all, I'm going to post the picture. Y'all know I normally don't post kids, but she posts the kids. I'm going to post the pictures. Y'all tell me if they look like if she looks stable, if that looks like a good family. Like, on top of her dressing like she's 80, because the older woman she was standing next to seemed more younger than she did. I said, this one, I just think it's strange, and I'm not feeling no type of way. I just think she needs to get that baby back. She needs to go get them kids back that she took from other families. They said Michelle said the whole family's in on it. I definitely believe that, and now we know why, because they sent her away. I think Michelle used Cora when she fell on hard times, got mad, and is coming out with this story. I don't think so, because why she didn't take the other kids? Why she didn't take the other kids? You see what I'm saying? Here you got this woman of the cloth who loves the Lord and children and out here saving people. That girl said, my lawyer has been paid off by her family. Y'all acting like y'all new to this. This happens all the time. Sorry, I'm chewing this Chico stick. This happens all the time. When you got some money, the Jakes are using their privilege, and that's why I say it's important to know who you with. Because remember, what's the dude who was singing? He from the church group. He had to tell the world he apologized for being gay, and we know he's gay because we saw him kissing on that man passionately. I think it's Darren Walls or something like that, and he denounced gayness and all that. The extent people go to for the image in the bag. He has a family who sings well as well, and they can't have that on their image. So I believe you'll do any and everything. Everybody got a price, okay? Everybody has a price. And Michelle also said when she gave counseling, she had to respond in front of the MacBook. Here's a woman who was getting knocked between the washer and the dryer, who went for solace and found out she did a deal with the devil. Hey, this story is crazy. It is incorrect. The football player is definitely the father, if that's what you're saying. If she can't make eggs, then the surrogate route would mean technically that's her only husband's child. She seems like she would be insecure about that. Exactly. I'm telling y'all, that lady cannot produce eggs. There's a reason Michelle said they paid the judge off. Everybody has a price. Y'all be acting like y'all don't know this. Everybody has a price, especially if you owe you. There's a reason when they do jury selections, they ask personal questions. First of all, to be on certain juries, you have to come from a certain income, right? That's one. Two, a certain demographic. There's a reason for that. They went and found somebody who's tied into the Christian community. They're going to find people who are faith-based, driven-based, and then they're going to make that lady look crazy. They didn't even make it to trial. That lady has nothing. Why would she lie? She doesn't want money. She wants her son. You can buy donor eggs these days. Just depends on what is going on internally. Yeah. They probably don't want her to have one because she's mentally unstable. You know, the church used to do that too. They feel you a little nutty, they will, okay. They sure will. Jada, please let them know. Please let them know. Especially when you come from I'm telling y'all, this is a premier family. It's like, what's the white lady's name that be preaching the gospel with the glasses? If her children came out doing something crazy, they would nip it in the bud. They don't play that. That's why on the Chrisley family, when the son became a baby daddy, they said, "Oh hell no." Chrisley knows best. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cora has always had her own style of dressing. She still dresses like a granny. I mean, something wrong with it. Hit the like button. The other kids were older. She wanted a new baby and not some unruly toddler or adolescent. Okay, speak on it. It depends. Maybe the other kid's father paid child support. And let's hear who the father is and why she gave this baby away. We can hear that too. We can hear that too. But I'm telling you, she hasn't given him back, and the adoption is illegal, which is called trafficking. Oh yes, Daryl Walls. Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. He's lying about his whole identity so his family could continue to get money, because y'all know how the Christian community is. Like, they're not going to go against their family legacy, and his family can sing. He's just going to be like, it's a stain. He's going to be in the closet for the rest of his life. Ty Tibbetts also. Ooh, did Ty Tibbet have a baby though? With some young girl. I think he did that on purpose. Michelle probably had an agenda going in, but was shocked to find that Cora had an agenda too. You know what? That could be truthful. That could be truthful. Like, down on your luck, hairstylist, divorced, pregnant again. Very truthful. I mean, yeah. She's fixated on the baby. She was trying to help her, but she kicked her and her other children. Yup. Cora's husband was previously married. To who? Who was he married to? I agree. Michelle had an agenda. She wants money. That is the motive. But she's not asking for money. They have the money to pay her off and make her go away. See, that's why I'm like, no, I believe she wants her son back. I believe she's been trying to get her son back for the longest. Oh, and Chrisley's son was on drugs and in and out of mental institutions. Yup. Child, we never knew why my aunt acted crazy until her mother passed, and we found out they got her. Oh, see, they be doing a lot of stuff in the church, baby. They be doing a lot. I don't believe that Cora was neutered. I believe it was a chop shop incident and something happened, because anything can happen. She said she was under duress when she gave away the baby. She had depression. I believe that too. Ty Tibbet, y'all don't think Ty Tibbet gives? I don't know. I love him though. I love him. But let's not act like we don't know what a lot of these people be in the dark doing all kinds of stuff. That's why Leandria was drinking so heavily. She was keeping the secrets. She was keeping the secrets. That's why they don't like the cussing pastor, because the cussing pastor put them all on blast. Y'all remember when the cussing pastor came for the Braxton's mama? And I was like, I agree. Joy Moss also had an outside baby. Ooh, J Moss. The gospel community always be piping hot. It do. That is the motive. The money stopped, and now she's talking. Well, they need to continue to pay her or give the baby back. That's just how I feel about it. Continue to pay her or give the money back, because Cora, their unruliness, their spitefulness, and their... See, once you start a habit, you got to continue it. You have to continue it. See, you can't stop the money and then think she's going to just be quiet. No. You did the devil's work. You know. She knows, like, I believe, like, when I look at these pictures, I see an unhinged woman. And I'm talking about Cora. The way she poses, the things she says in the captions. Because I never really paid attention to her. I was just like, wow, a Black woman overcoming adversity. Yes. And then we find out why she was getting, because the divorce was out of nowhere. I said, wow, prayers to this woman. I just saw them at a little dinner thingy, and That's crazy. You just never know, right? But we finding out she was living with a Pedialyte, and from what the police report alludes to, it's been going on for a minute. There's no way Cora did not know. I'm sorry, y'all. There's no way. I don't believe her hands are clean. There's blood on her hands and there's blood on the leaves. It's coming out. And until she sacrificed herself to save the image of her family, which Cora is too spiteful because she's lost so much already, that house is crumbling down. Bishop T.D. Jakes, you better get in order. I thought Ty was gay. I thought so too, but I think he has a baby. I think he did that, has an outside baby. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yes, Ty is a talented musician. What money stopped? They saying Michelle was getting paid off. That's what she just said in the chat, but I don't know, because if you stop the money, then I'm telling. If it's a money grab, Leandria stay lit. She used to. She never accepted payments. So what money? Ooh, y'all coming with the tea. The babies don't seem safe with Cora. Look what her husband was doing. Exactly according to MJ. Exactly. Cora's IG page is so cringe. Thank you. I thought I was the only one. I said this looks crazy. She needs to get a PR person ASAP, a crisis PR person. Nope, if there was agreement and she was paid in full, now she can't come back and change the narrative. I'm getting extortion vibes from Michelle. Wait for it. That's easy to say when you the hood rat, but Cora's a hood rat too. So and I feel like this. I don't think Cora's innocent at all. I think she did something she had no business, because they bringing up stuff from back in the 70s, honey. Back in the 70s of how Bishop T.D. Jakes gets down. So I'm like, child, if they bringing up stuff from the 70s, I wasn't alive for that. Hold on, y'all. And the history of how the Jakes family do business, baby, it's not looking too good. They need a crisis PR person ASAP. According to MJ, they need one. They need to get one, just like what is his name? Skinny white man writes the books with the hair, does all those public speakings out in Houston, has the mega church. He has a crisis PR team. That's why he was able to come off that stuff with the money in the walls and all that. Shout out to the crisis PR teams. We need people with money to get back to it. Get back to their foundation. His charges says he continuously Pedialyte children. So I wonder if that included Michelle's son. I think it did. And I think Cora knew about it. And she was comfortable in it. I do. I think so. He gets down low, and I think he was grooming the daughter so that they could have the baby. I'm telling you. Mind my words. She probably knew. I can look at her soon-to-be ex-husband and tell he was an opportunist. She know that man didn't really want her. Ooh, now he didn't really want her. Cora is not innocent. She sure made sure her Twitter was made private. Looks guilty to me. Because I'm telling y'all, she has blogs. Shout out to the Jakes family. They was scrubbing the internet this whole weekend, but they didn't scrub it all. There's a blog up that talks about how she's infertile. She found out she was barren at 24. So 2 years later, you're completely barren. That does not make sense, y'all. That does not make sense. And I'm telling y'all from somebody, my mother has a doctorate in nursing. You can have PCOS and go freeze your eggs. Especially, you find out at 22. Does that make sense to y'all? 22. They have money. I went, when you have good insurance, because I'm not putting my business out there. When you have good insurance, you can find out all kinds of stuff. I went and looked, because when people were saying you hit the ball and you can't produce eggs, I went and looked. My eggs are just fine. You can freeze them. Even in PCOS. You know how I know you can freeze them? because other celebrity women who've been out here thotting and bopping was able to do it. Evelyn Lozada is a prime example, right? Let's rewind it back. Tamar Braxton, perfect example of PCOS, baby, fertilized eggs. She said she was completely barren at 24. 24. That is so unfound, right? And I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm saying there's a little chop shop in there somewhere, because based off research, some women don't heal properly, which taints everything. Hence why she was overweight. If y'all understood how your reproductive organs worked fully, some of y'all will be like, Bree, you are not lying. I have no reason to make this up. I don't know Cora Jakes. I don't know her. I don't even know Michelle. I don't know her either. But I know Michelle in that video, that IG press conference she had, it was a lot of truth. And Cora not speaking and pretending like this is going to go away. It's not. It's opening up the gates for other stuff to come out. And there's people who have a little bit more tenacity to me into digging and finding out the truth. I don't care that deeply because I know how their money go. I know how their money go. But Cora's hands is not clean. They now digging into everybody's stuff. And Bishop T.D. Jackson, if you were smart, you would shut it down. You would shut it down. You are a man in a position of power and have the money and have influence. Shut that shit down ASAP. Hey, Queen. These church scandals are still the best scandals, but I was raised off the church. That's why I don't go. Ooh, Queen. Y'all gotta go. Where y'all fellowshipping at in the outside, the jungle? You talking about Joel Osteen. Yes, thank you. Y'all know I be messing up the names. You are the church, yo. She could have premature ovarian failure. She doesn't have any of that. She doesn't have any of that. Like, nothing. Like, the technology is so advanced. Even back when she found out at 22, she had PCOS that could have still took some eggs out, y'all. That woman has never been on. She said she went through a series of IVF treatments, right? And found out she was completely barren at 27. 24. I'm like, girl. The math ain't mathing. And I don't need her her medical records to see that. Any man married into the Jakes family is an opportunist, as far as I'm concerned. They want their name and they want all the tax-free money. Yeah, but I felt like she couldn't marry some man who was already in the church, popular at the church, like the sister did. So, there's a lot going on with that. Hey, DC, yes, you can freeze your eggs. That doesn't mean they will take. Truthful, but there's a 40% chance. So she have no eggs that take. That to me is just either that's an act of God, divine intervention, or she had no eggs. Had to be rough because her sister Sarah had a baby at 14. Ooh. I think she's probably jealous because she never really speaks about her sister like that. But the sister be staying away. So absolutely they're opportunists. Hey, Queen. Go back, look at the old pics of Cora. She was always the chubby one. Stop, y'all. We know she was chubby. We know that. But I'm talking about if she really went to a fertility doctor. And those who watch Discovery Health and stuff like that, like I know you got to lose a certain amount of weight. You got to do things to get pregnant. They tell you eat right. What was her name from the E! Channel? Remember, she did all that work to try to have a baby, and then she went and got a surrogate because she has PCOS. The white lady, I forget her name. She's super skinny. She got the 2 kids from the surrogate. Watch Kourtney Kardashian. She about to have a baby now that she's married. She's giving fertility treatments now. Bree, I'll be going live later to discuss the autism and the melanated people since we suddenly have a lot of autism experts. Ooh. So did Cora say she has PCOS? She did. She said it in the blog. She said at 22 she found out she had PCOS. At 24 she found out she was infertile. Her words. I'm not making this up. Her words. And she said it was the most gut-wrenching thing she's ever experienced because she wanted a baby since she was 10. If you have some money, you can carry a baby. All she needs to do is go to a reproductive. But she don't have no eggs, y'all. I'm telling y'all, she's barren. This chat brutal. It's nothing wrong with adopting a child. No, there's not. But I'm telling y'all, she can't adopt because she's mentally unsound. For you to run away with a grown man from your family with money, according to what I heard, the dude didn't have no money, but he was nice to her. She ran away and was out there living her best life. And the family said, bring your ass back. And now she's suffering loudly, if you let me tell it, very loudly. So the chop shop can really mess someone up like that. Wow. Yeah. Look it up. The chop shop can do a lot because one, you get these drugs and then there's stuff going on, which leads me to believe she probably was like at least 12 weeks or something like that. This ain't no, oh, we just found out we pregnant. Mm-mm. Hey, MJ. But that's what the streets is saying. So many ways to be a mother figure. She may tie her worthlessness to her fertility. So sad. Mm-hmm. Come on, girl. You don't know this girl. I have already close friends who at 19, now 47, could never freeze eggs. At 47, could never freeze eggs, but they were freezing them at 19. You can freeze your eggs as young as 16, especially if you have these. I don't know them, but you can't get mad at me because I don't believe that Cora is this wonderful, God-fearing, loving woman. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I see through it. I know plenty of women who have babies after. Fertility is really an individual thing. There are factors, but it's an individual thing. Yep. Gabrielle Union has the same issues. Yeah, Gabrielle Union could produce eggs, though. She just can't carry a baby. And instead of forcing herself through it, instead of just realizing everybody's not meant to carry a baby. Can we talk about it? Everybody's not meant to carry a baby. And it's not my place to tell people that. But Gabrielle Union put herself through years of IVF and suffering, knowing she couldn't carry a baby when she could have easily just did the surrogate route a long time ago. But she wanted to compete. That's Gabrielle Union's problem. She wanted to compete with the baby mother who carried his last son. That's really what it is. Let's tell the truth about it now. Sarah married Omega Pastor, and now TD Jakes has a new location in California. They know how to make moves. Yup. Absolutely. All they might have one in Colorado too. They do. They have places everywhere. Julian Rainick. Is that her name? Yes. Yes. Even she has PCOS. I remember because she cried publicly and people was like, she should just take the IVF treatments. And she said no, because the things it does to your body, sometimes you just gotta just know when to hold and know when to fold. I'm just saying, test it. I be seeing all the church the Roberts have. Ooh. It's actually harder for women who've had to get pregnant. Women who've had it. Sarah's husband's church was already a mega church. No, we know that. Right, tested, but now it's connected to the Potter's house. I believe they changed the name. Oop. Would I be considered a sinner if I've been laughing about all of Cora's hot mess? Heck no. Heck no. You're allowed to laugh if you find it funny. Cora looks just like her daddy. But even then, I think it's how she carries herself. I really do. I think she is. There's some inner turmoil going on. I'm gonna post some pictures. Watch when I post this live. I'm posting the pictures so y'all can see it. The Potter house is way bigger since Sarah married that man. It is. Could not, because she is barren. Freezing is not an issue. I think she's barren. I think Cora's barren. I don't think she can produce eggs. I don't think she could do any of that. I don't think the organs is working. Wow, really, Queen? It's already humongous. It is. That's why people don't believe in it. Yeah, even the church is calling these shenanigans out. So you know it's bad. We can see this ish. Yup. Gabrielle found out in her 20s with her first husband, a football player. Yes. Very truthful. But Gabrielle Union, she froze her eggs. She did do that. She did talk about that. I heard the man was a Christian rapper, but I don't know if that was before or after he got married to Cora. I think that's afterwards because, like, I never heard of him before. I do not like Christian rap. Some of it is good, Queen, from back in the day, like Idol Kings. And the Dynamic Twins. Cora IG page will make you laugh, child. TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar have close ties to megachurches due to jurisdictions. That's truthful. DC, to each their own. I don't even like Lacree, and he's talented. Lacree is a cutie. Yeah, I'm talking about the 90s. Gabrielle Union was a victim of a very brutal in her 20s that may have affected her fertility. That could be too as well. Like, I'm putting at the pasty. What I do know is this, Bishop T.D. Jakes. Here's my advice to you. You want to keep up the image, you got to silence the white noise. The white noise is getting loud. It's becoming very prevalent. Y'all got some stuff going on that will make the girls side-eye. And as y'all know, we have supporters. We have the supporters in the chat. Everybody doesn't agree with what I said, but I said what I said. Cora, I'm on your ass, girl. I'm on your ass because you played us. Because that book, I'm telling y'all, I feel like, and I was rooting for you. Tory Roberts is very much known of prior to he and his first wife. No, I definitely know that. And he can sing too, can't he? Can't Tory sing? Wasn't he a part of? Ain't that how they built it? Through his praise and worship. I believe it was better back then, just like gospel music. I can't get more modern than Mary Mary. I can't. I love me some Mary Mary. It's the God in me. She probably had a ghostwriter write that book. She probably did, because based off the captions and based off the book, it's like two different versions of what we see. I agree. I love commission. I mean, there's some beautiful people out there. Don't let this news keep y'all from going in. But I do want to say this before I get off the live. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Cora stole that baby. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe this is a money grab for Michelle. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Cora stole them babies. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe this is a money grab. Ooh, commission is amazing. I love the harmonies. Fred Hammond is my favorite, all-time modern favorite. Ooh, I see some ones. I see some ones. I see a 2. I see a 1. Test it. You gonna put a 2 again. The money. And on that note, this is all I have for y'all today. Cora is off. I'm about watch. I'm about to post the picture so y'all can see for yourself. On that note, what are your thoughts, babes? What are your opinions? Comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.